Hey, it's me, Richie T, and we're here with the guys from Silverstein at the Warped Tour. I'll speak louder. I'm sorry. I'm a quiet talker. How are you doing, you guys?
Doing great.
Now, you guys have already played, right?
We played, yeah. We were the early morning band this morning in Salt Lake, and it was actually a really great show.
I think the nice thing about going first is it's not balls hot outside, so you can kind of just enjoy the rest of the show.
That's true. It was a little bit cooler. I know it's getting up into the triple digits right now, I think. And it's also kind of great because people come in, you know, they're excited. We're
fresh.
The first band they see.
Fresh.
Everybody's ready to rock. So for us, it was a really great show. One of the best of the tour so far.
Let me ask you guys this. Is this your first time doing the Warped Tour?
No, this is our 5th time
oh my gosh.
on the Warped Tour. So
what keeps you coming back for more?
Well, we just keep forgetting the hardships. It's been 4 years. We were like, no, Warped Tour was fine. It wasn't bad. It wasn't hot every day.
Too bad.
We didn't have to push our gear miles. No, it's always great. And what's great about Warped Tour is just the camaraderie between all the bands coming together, different genres, different walks of life, different countries, and we all kind of hang out together, party together, we're all in it together, and it's a really, really good time.
But most of the time, you guys are on the kind of on the road, right? You're not really at a hotel. I know in Vegas, someone was telling me that you guys had a hotel that you could kind of hang out and play in the pool.
No.
Not us. I mean, like we didn't really opt out to that. We have like our little RV kind of bandwagon thing that we use to get around.
We're lucky we have a shower. A lot of bands don't have showers on their buses.
Oh my gosh.
So we're self-contained. So we only really get hotels if we're got a couple days off or something. But yeah, for the most, breeze.
Oh yeah,
man, bring me that breeze. And no, so we're pretty much self-contained in our vehicle, and we wake up every morning, and it's like a little bit like Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
it's like here we are again, Warped Tour again, hot again.
Now you guys started out the show here in Salt Lake, but that doesn't happen all the time. What is that process like?
Well, basically, like every morning between 9 and 10 a.m. roughly, you'll kind of get the call, and all right, you're on at this time on this stage. And today it was like about an hour and a half prior to playing. We knew that's when we had to play, so it was a mad rush to get everything ready.
They don't tell you the night before. I think they do that because they don't want bands to be like, oh yeah, we don't play till nighttime. Like, let's party, Uh-huh. So for me as a singer, I wake up between 7:30 and 8 o'clock every morning just in case we go on early. Of course, today, the one day we go on early, I'm like, I'll sleep in a little bit. And I get up there like, okay, I'm ready to sing. Let's do it.
Let's get these out here.
Yeah. So it is difficult to sing in the morning. Very hard.
But is it possible that you guys could play at any time of the Warped Tour, or do they keep, you know what I'm saying?
No, any time.
Anytime.
We could play at first or last on any stage.
Really?
And there's any band, anytime. And keeps everybody on their toes.
Does that get a little crazy with ego? Because I would think, I mean, as much as you want to be like everyone's a brotherhood and everyone's here for the Warped Tour.
Well, I think it prevents ego because nobody is better than anybody else. That's really what it's trying to do, and giving everyone the fair shot. This was our first time this year opening, so we got to do it today, and it wasn't too bad. There's been days we closed. Days we played in the middle. We'll take whatever we can get. It doesn't matter.
So does it work out to be a thing now that since you opened, you won't have to open again throughout the tour?
No, we could open again tomorrow. Okay. There's no rules, and there's a lot of it. It doesn't seem to be much of a method to the madness. A lot of times.
I was gonna say that's awesome.
But, I mean, it really is like Warped Tour. It's not like a Ozfest or one of those big festivals where there's this hierarchy. Everybody's the same. Everybody plays for 30 minutes. A headliner doesn't play a longer set. And that's just how it is. It's always been that way, and really since our first Warped Tour in 2004, it really hasn't changed at all. That's nearly 10 years ago, and it's been almost the exact same process, exact same method. It's always been.
You guys talked that this is your 5th year doing it. Of the 4 years, we won't count this year because everyone will always say, oh, this year's our favorite. Of the 4 years that you've done it in the past, do you have a particular year that was your favorite and a reason why?
I mean, I think it's hard to say about this year because obviously we're just kind of kicking it off.
Let's just take out this year.
2006 really jumps out in my mind.
Yeah.
How come?
We had a lot of our favorite bands on the tour. Like NoFX is one of my favorite bands, and they were on the tour. We made friends with them. Just a really good atmosphere of our friends, our peers, and a lot of bands that we looked up to. Now it seems like it's a lot more of the younger crowd. We're the old guys.
Right.
So it's really kind of come full circle, and it's cool. But, you know, '06 really does stand out to me as kind of being a very special Warped Tour.
How does that work with the socializing with you guys and the other bands? Because in my mind, I kind of imagine, like, we just had a band called Emily's Army where we were over here talking, and they're, 17 and 18-year-old guys. This is their second Warped Tour, and I just kind of imagine them kind of standing around and noticing that it's you guys and being like, hey guys, we're on the tour too. Do you guys want to be friends? Or is it like, is there any sort of formal thing where it's like, everyone meet everyone?
Well, I counted. We know 38 other bands on the tour.
Okay.
38.
Jeez.
So when we walk around backstage, we've toured with. So we walk around backstage. It's like, hey, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? So
it's a bit much.
it really is like we literally know more than half the people walking around. So for us, it's very social and very friendly. And I've made friends with a lot of other bands already this year. And we try to be. We don't have our like little stupid club, or we're not like cliquey like that. It's we hang out with everybody. It doesn't matter if you're young, if you're old, whether you're a punk rock band or whether you're like a dance whatever horrible band. Like, I will respect you as a person if you respect me, and we're all in this together. And that's kind of the beauty of Warped Tour.
Do you ever walk around and see an act, and it doesn't necessarily have to be this year, it could be something in the past, where maybe you hadn't heard of them in the past, but you're watching them and you're like, holy cow, these guys, they're on their way. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that stand out above other bands.
Yeah. I think Warped Tour is the launching ground for a lot of bands like that, especially from a peer sense, where like we toured with bands that we know certain bands, then you get a Warped Tour and you're like, man, who are these like 5 bands that I've never heard of that are like killing it? Great musicians, great songs, and it's like that's the beauty of a Warped Tour, is discovering other bands for fans and for bands.
Throw a little props. Who on the tour this year are you guys just like, wow, this is...
Well, I think a couple bands everyone needs to check out is Let Live and The Chariot. They're 2 of our very good friends, and they just put on an amazing show every day. So if anybody hears this, from outside Salt Lake, and they're going to go to another Warped Tour date, make sure you check out those 2 bands.
Let Live and
The Chariot.
Okay.
Both 2 awesome bands.
Now, what's coming up for you guys? I mean, I know you're doing the rest of the tour, the Warped Tour. And then what? New album coming out, going on tour by yourself?
We have a new album that came out in February called This Is How the Wind Shifts. So we've been pretty much touring nonstop with that. We got another U.S. tour this fall, going back to Europe again this fall, and next year kind of planning it out now. So I think we're going to really be just continuing to tour, push the new record we're proud of, and make new videos, do lots of stuff with our fans, just keep trucking.
Do you like to do that kind of stuff? I know some bands really appreciate their fans, and sometimes it's, I don't think that any band would say, oh, we don't appreciate our fans, but like when you go to town and you do the meet and greet stuff, is that something you like doing? Going and,
absolutely. I mean,
taking pictures.
Sometimes it can be a grind, doing what we do, touring, the heat, sleeping on a bus, whatever, not showering for days on end. But when you meet somebody at meet and greet and they're like, your music, your lyrics saved my life, like got me through a dark time, and I'm here today because of you, that keeps us going, and that makes us know that what our band does was worth it. So the meet and greets to us are very important and special.
The band name comes from the author Shel Silverstein, right? And remind me a little bit of the story of how you guys picked that to be the band name.
Well, it's 13 years ago now. We had our first band practice, and I came in as the singer, and I didn't have any lyrics or anything written, so I would sing out of whatever books were kind of laying around our guitar player Josh's basement. So like cookbooks, National Geographic, just singing out of it, just so I had something to sing. And one time I picked up a Shel Silverstein book, and we're flipping through it, talking about how we grew up, reading his books and everything. So a few weeks go by, and we have our first show. We don't have a name yet. So it's one of those kind of dumb moments where 5 dudes kind of sitting around, like looking for inspiration for a name.
How about Lightbulb?
And I looked at
What
the
do you
ground.
guys feel about Lightbulb? You want to be the band Lightbulb? No, that won't work. How about Coffee Table?
Exactly, yeah. So literally looked around, saw the Shel Silverstein book on the ground from a few weeks before, and was like, Silverstein. And it was just like, okay, it's not terrible, it'll work. And
yeah, that's great.
Here it is, years later, and
that's awesome.
Still here.
Tell people where they can find you online and all that stuff.
SilversteinMusic.com, Facebook.com/SilversteinMusic.
Yeah. Our Instagram is Silverstein. Our Twitter is Silverstein.
Do you guys do all that yourself, or do you have?
We
other
do.
people?
We do it all ourselves. Yeah.
Do we get a pretty good look behind the scenes and that stuff? Do you guys try and lift the?
No. We aren't trying to be overly mysterious.
No, we're not censoring much.
We're just we're just dudes hanging out, and we want people to know that and we're musicians. This is what we do. We're professional musicians, but we're still people.
Cool.
And we don't hide behind any sort of mystique.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks you guys. Have a great Warped Tour. Thanks for being here in the heat with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.